past like tapes when I was a kid, unraveling. My bed feels like a hospital bed when you're not around. The way your hair covers your face when you're upset or not upset makes me feel like it was worth it all. Rocket ships colliding with air so fast. Heaven is real, hell is a real place. It's called Daddy was a fiend. Chirac, Palestine, newspapers, graphic violence, children's stories. They feel the same now. I can't breathe here in this place. To the city. Maybe meet me by the beach. My lungs are full of ash now. I'm on the way. The speed limit is 75 in Wisconsin, Israel, Palestine, the Soviet Union. Mama was a tailor. Is there someone in this town? Daddy was a fiend. That can say Festival of Death, City of Demons, baby showers. Congratulations on your son. Ego suicide. Long live the king. Exile. Baby, meet me by the beach. Boardroom meetings, inventing diseases designed for you to die, even though you're still breathing. Baby, tell me why. 92 Thunderbird, baby blue. Kid in the backseat, no seatbelt. They're calling on the phone, emergency services. Nobody's answering. Baby, tell me why. Everybody's waiting for the next emergency. For a while when you get paid. They're so sick they don't even know it. My country mouth. Baby, you're a country star. And I swear you got it made. My TV feels dead, lifeless, AI. I made up my mind. I'm running away. Passion and placation, delaying the inevitable. A species running from itself to itself, asking the judge, free him. When the truth is, we are all in bondage. Jesus wept, Christ, and you lie. Where exactly do you find this confidence? There's no place I can go. 3 feet from Gideon's grave, there's a key. They landed at Plymouth. I feel like everyone knows. Lakeshore Drive reminds me of dust storms. Rochester, New York, tent cities, plates of garbage. Alhamdulillah. Where can I hide? I ran for re-election. They're calling it a landslide. Say hello to the news. I got a story for you. Her mama was a tailor. Her daddy was a fiend. Planes falling from the sky. Pharmaceutical warlords. Percocet daydreams. Requiem for Peace. That I've never known. Can you miss what you did not know? Baby, meet me by the beach. Living here, I long to be them. Is this normal what I'm feeling? I don't want to be a zombie. Baby, tell me why. Tell me. You're only happy when you get high or late. That man is not real. Hope is a ransom. Mama, tell me why. All I ever see is smile for a while when you get paid. My country mouth. I know that we will meet again. Baby, you're a country star. By the sea. Man, you got it made. My baby sells seashells by the seashore. The same all night. Everybody I would like to know you one last time.
Lord, I can't find you right now, and everything is crashing down. I'm losing faith and falling into my doubts. How long will I have to fight just for me to stay alive? I know you're there, God, please just meet me here tonight. My God, I'm tired of trying to be okay. I've prayed all the prayers I have to pray. Please don't leave me lonely. My God, I need you to hold me. My God, I'm losing all the hope I got. I'm far beyond the point of being lost. I've tried catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall. There's hardly air in my lungs with all the damage that's been done. Lord, please sustain me now. I know you are enough. My God, I'm tired of trying to be okay. I prayed all the prayers I have to pray. Please don't leave me lonely. My God, I need you to hold me. My God, I'm losing all the hope I got. I'm far beyond the point of being lost. I've tried, but I can't let go. 'Cause God, you catch me when I fall. 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 Lord, please help me now. My soul is crying out. My God, I'm tired of trying to be okay. I've prayed all the prayers I have to pray. Please don't leave me lonely. My God, I need you to hold me. My God, I'm losing all the hope I got. I'm far beyond the point of being lost. I've tried, but I can't let go. 'Cause God, you catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall.
Yeah. I'm about to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Fucking this bitch with that latex. Nigga ain't trim, I know this bitch on the limb. Charge it to Amex. Wait till it's him, I wanna catch no film. Call it the payback. H.I. nigga, I'm him. Go on a $1 creme. Chocolate, baby, get Tim's. I salute, you give a thrill. Running up, I need more revenue. Knowing the header, you stack up your M's. Another spot and I own if you go to my kid when I'm riding the wheel. I'm working out at the Patriot Stadium gym. I done got rich off my aliens, they come and pay me and they know the drill. Working on my little lady friend, getting Mercedes Benz, came out this year. And I got an AMG chauffeur that's paid for the year. I'm about to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Half a ticket all in, just say it, I handle the biz. I speed on the block, 25 black on black, Maybach, a whole nother bin. I flooded with rocks, BS and carrots and pointers on both of her wrists. Big bird in the sky, bout to land back in Skyami, we pushing again. No more clash until you playing, we checking your chin. 650 came with the chauffeur, you can't hear the motor when I'm pulling in. I got that chip on my shoulder, I told you it's over and blew like the wind. Pink slip on the one on it, I don't owe Benz. I'm about to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Woke up, baby, and I feel broken. Said those words, you meant it, I know it. Hold my breath, cause we know it's hopeless. Heart so cold, you cut it right open. Call you last night, got my heart racing. Crash a car twice, body still aching. Told you hold on, but you done waiting. I know I'm wrong, baby, I faced it. Is it over now? Girl, now you can't take it, hear me out. All this time we can't waste it. I gave it my all. Please catch me when I fall. Take some time to heal this. I don't wanna feel this. I just wanna kill this. We both know the feeling. Drive away. Neighbors watch me scream your name. No one else feels my pain. No, my friend, we're not the same.
I know, it's hard just to pick up the phone. I'm sorry, this is never what you wanted. Fuck it up and I'm right back where I started. Come home, I can't be okay on my own. Without you, baby, I'm so broken hearted. Without you, baby, I'ma fall apart quick.
Take some time to heal this. I don't wanna feel this. I just wanna kill this. We both know the feeling. Drive away. Neighbors watch me scream your name. No one else feels my pain. No, my friend, we're not the same. Take some time to heal this. I don't wanna feel this. I just wanna kill this. We both know the feeling. Drive away. Neighbors watch me scream your name. No one else feels my pain. No, my friend, we're not the same.
Yes, welcome to the 100 show. This is season 4 of the 100 show. I'm your host, Chris 100. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's show. There's so much going on right now, right? That I felt like we just needed a moment to have a seat. Crack open something cold to drink on this Thursday. You know, it's getting warm out, so I felt like now would just be a good time to just have a seat, crack open a drink. I'm drinking Humex Hard Nectar Strawberry. Humex Hard Nectar Strawberry, which is incredible. So make sure you grab a seat and grab something to drink, because I felt like we could all just have a seat and have something to drink. I'm Chris 100. I'm your host of this 100 show. Sorry for clearing my throat like a bastard like that. I didn't mean it. But, lately I've been coming down with kind of like a summer kind of like a cold kind of. I'm still beating it. But wow, we haven't done a show in so long, but we're still gonna have a nice fun show even though there's so much going on. I know you might be thinking, well, why now of all shows to do a show? And I will tell you, because it's very, very true. It's very, very serious. But we got so much to go through today. I got the records for you. We're gonna be talking about what's been going on with Wanna, everybody's favorite Wanna Gunna. Praise for Wanna. We're gonna be talking about this. What's been going on in the news. Just I feel like there's something new happening every day, and it could be overwhelming. It could be a lot to get through, but thankfully I spaced these out good enough that I come in just at the right time. This is, of course, the anniversary of the 9/11 September terrorist attacks. 9/11 2025. 24 years later, in the wake of such a national tragedy, um, I feel like there's so much going through everybody's mind. But the reason I'm doing the show right now is because in these times of death, and destruction and war, and these terrible things that we see, these crimes that are committed and posted, now is more important than ever to come together and have a nice time and have a good drink, and to celebrate the good parts of life that people like Charlie Kirk stood for before he was just savagely gunned down and shot. I was trying to find a way to get through it, around it nicely, but there's not really a way you can do it. So I'll try my best to entertain you while talking about it, talking through it. This is a group thing. Because I think it's a big deal. I think it's a huge deal. I think that nothing's ever going to be the same. I don't think anything's ever going to be the same after this. I think from these days forward, we're going to see a side of the red, white, black, and blue that maybe we have not seen. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. But, I mean, the situation is still developing. They haven't even found the guy that shot him yet. Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist. He had his podcast. Very good friends with Donald. My voice does sound nasty, so I do apologize. But there's not like a nice, fun, like 100 show way of just going about it. I just had to talk about it because I know it's such a big deal. It's a huge deal. I'm Chris 100. This is the 100th show. Thank you for joining me. It's still gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fun time, but there's just some things I had to say. I'm seeing everybody posting online how they feel about this. How do I feel about it? I'll tell you how I feel about it. I think it happened kind of in the morning, in the afternoon. This was on the 10th, and the next day was September 11th, but the 10th was Charlie Kirk. So I checked my Twitter, and then that's the first video I see pop up, and it was so graphic and it was so terrible. And I'm watching the Charlie Kirk video. It's just there, clear as day, plain as day. Somebody getting shot at their event, speaking in front of thousands of students, people at this school in Utah. And he's answering a question. He's just getting started with the whole event. He's coming back and doing some tour, the American Comeback Tour, where he goes and he has debates on campus, college campus. And so I'm watching the video, and within like a few minutes, not within a few minutes, within a few seconds, it's just that part of the video. And it was so horrifying. They still haven't found this guy. Where's the guy that shot him? The guy shot him from a rooftop 200 yards away, hit him in the neck, and then he just got on out of there. And there was these videos of the police arresting some dudes around town, some old bald dude. There was stuff like that, but those weren't the guys. So they're still looking for the guys, and it's already been 24 hours later. So, can you even find the guy at a time like this? Is the guy still able to be found? I don't know. I will check the updates in a second. That's not what this episode was about. Not giving you minute-to-minute updates on it, but, it's just something I need to know. I need to know. Is this the status quo? Is this how we're gonna do shit going forward? If you don't like what I say, you get to shoot me? That's what this is. That's what this is. I'm seeing people react online. Doesn't matter to me whether or not you liked them or didn't like them. I don't care. I I only saw one clip of them ever. Before the video I saw yesterday, I only saw like one clip. And so, but when I seen this man, just speaking, and somebody to take someone's life is such a huge transaction that the other party isn't consenting to or privy at all. I'm just gonna take this whole thing away from you. Not just from you, from your kids, from your wife, from your fans, from your family, from the world. Whether or not you like them or didn't like them, I don't care. But are you telling me that, is this how we're gonna proceed? Where every time the president goes to talk, he gets shot? Every time somebody goes up to speak, they get shot? Because you know what this does? This makes the people, this makes violent people all around. They give them more excuses to be more violent. That's all this does. And this guy who thought, I don't know the motives behind the shooter. It could have been, it seemed to me like it was a pretty good, clean job, like a professional. That's just what it seems like to me. He just got out of there. He did the thing and he got out. One shot, that was it. It wasn't like the Trump thing where the guy took a bunch of shots and he barely hit one. It was just one and done, this guy. Maybe he had done it before. Maybe he knew what he was doing. I don't know. But I'm all over the place. I mean, no, nobody should be getting shot. Nobody should be getting shot because you didn't like what they say or because it hurt your feelings or whatever. What the fuck? You shouldn't be getting shot because of that. That's such a stupid reason. That's such a light reason to be getting shot over. No, that wouldn't cut it for me. That wouldn't cut it for me. You want to shoot me? You want to shoot anybody because you don't like what they say? Just stop talking to them. Stop listening. All you gotta do is stop listening if you don't like it. He was 31 years old, Charlie Kirk. I really don't know what he said, what he did, what he stood for, really. I just know that he went to go sit up there and talk to people. He got shot. And the video was grotesque. It was horrifying. And like I said, I think it's a big deal because I think it's a big deal because when people can just be shot just because they say things you don't like, and there's a lot of people that like it. There's a lot of people that like the fact that he got shot. Do you not know that if one of the worst things that could happen is revenge comes out of this kind of thing? People start killing people. People are upset. Vengeance. I don't believe this life is for revenge. But that's not going to stop other people. Like, other people might get really, really upset and decide to take things into their own hands. People are so crazy. So, that worries me. But, it's a big, huge deal. It's a big, huge deal. Because you're supposed to be able to just say whatever you want. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole deal of it. You're supposed to be able to just say whatever you want. And you got people applauding it. You got people cheering it on. Somebody getting shot. It could easily just have been you, you fool. Is that what people don't get? You idiot. It could have just easily been you. Using your logic. This person hated this, that, and the third. This person was this, that, and the third. You're this, that, and the third, bitch. You're all those things. Nobody should be getting shot unless you're doing something bad, like hurting somebody or shooting somebody or something like that, robbing somebody. Then you can get shot. But the world is just wicked, and it's just it's a lone wolf man, they say, who hasn't been found yet. A lone wolf man. So like, who knows what motivated him? Was he paid for? That's possible. Did he just really hate this guy? This Charlie Kirk? Did he just really hate him? And have a bolt action rifle? And was good enough at 200 yards? And there's this thing with these assassinations where the guy gets up on a roof. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Is rolling, laying on the roof. Every time these things happen, it seems like, and nobody's thinking about checking these fucking roofs. What are we gonna start putting a fucking drone on some of these roofs? A drone could have prevented this whole thing. It could have saved this man's life. I saw that in a comment section. A drone. So why haven't we been doing that? America is a place that you could say, that you should be able to say whatever's on your mind within reason, that won't get people hurt. You should be able to say whatever you want and not to get worried about getting fucking shot. Ugh. That makes me embarrassed. First of all, it's just grotesque. But now we can't even talk it out anymore. Now it's people just shooting. You can't talk out nothing anymore. You can't do shit anymore until somebody starts fucking shooting you. In this bitch! Doesn't that piss you off? And I don't know why you would celebrate somebody dying, even if they disagree with you. It's maybe they disagreed with you, or maybe at the worst, maybe they even disliked you or hated you, let's say. But you don't want people to start getting shot in broad daylight. You don't want that. That's not like you need to ask yourself, would you like this kind of behavior to continue? The answer should be no. Because this time it's if you're celebrating this kind of thing, this time it benefits you, if you want to say it like that. This time it benefits you. This time it was your team who won. If you think about it like this, these people that are celebrating this thing that are sick should celebrate death. Death is not to be celebrated. These people just don't know that it could be them just as easily. Isn't that like distressing and gross to think about? Because I'm seeing a lot of it. Like I said, I didn't listen to this guy. I wasn't a fan of this guy. I don't know anything about this man other than he was from Illinois. And he had 2 kids. But I didn't see him causing like any violence. I didn't see him do like any acts of violence. Like obviously he had influence, and he had influence and he had fans, but I didn't see those people doing anything like mean or bad. Like I didn't see them hurting people. I didn't see them destroying things. He was just a guy who he was a conservative guy. And he went out there and said it. And he got a lot of people to agree with him. And I don't agree. I'm watching all this news coverage of him saying that he got Trump elected. He was this, that. Yeah, he was really, really good. He was really good at social media, getting a lot of young people on board. But he didn't do that much. He wasn't like, though they keep calling him the whisperer of the youth. he was really, really good. I'm not trying to like downplay. Like everybody's trying to make it seem like he's the reason Trump won. He's not the reason Trump won, but yeah, like he was a big deal. He was a big deal for that movement because he got a lot of young people into it through social media and whatnot. Um, which is why they became very I guess buddies. They were hanging out at Mar-a-Lago and stuff. And that's about as much as I know about him. I don't really know that much. I just saw that video over and over and over and over. And it was like disgusting. Because I don't watch that kind of stuff. And I don't seek it out and I don't watch it. And I don't open the links and I don't send those kinds of links. But when I read the caption on it, I knew that this was going to be a big deal. Like, this is going to change stuff. This is like Martin Luther King level. This is Martin Luther King level, what we're looking at right here in these United States of America. It's kind of baffling when these guys, these assassins, for whatever motivation, when they, let's say this guy really just had a problem with like the ideology, like his beliefs, like, oh, I really believe the opposite of you. I'm just gonna kill you. Like all you did now was just galvanize the youth. You galvanized his fans. You won him fans. Most people just don't like this kind of violence, as they shouldn't. So like now you have all those people that were lukewarm or didn't know of him very well, and then he gets shot. And then people want to hear him out and listen to what he had to say, because obviously it was so fucking crazy to you that you had to go and do something like that. Well, you just created 100 of these guys. You just created 100 of them. So it always confuses me when people decide to go that route, because you make it much, much worse, no? But who knows what his goals were, his motivations were. They found a gun. They found a rifle by the scene in the woods. I don't know how. But there you go. Let's see if they found him yet. I did decide to shave my beard. I got the new Babeless Low Flow Pro Fi Faux FX trimmer. And it does an excellent job. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Charlie Kirk. And the video is just horrific. Just horrific. I don't like that kind of stuff. He was born in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Okay. Suspect. They released a photo of this guy. Do you guys want to see what the suspect looks like? So this is a photo of the guy they think is allegedly the shooter. So let's take a look at it. I guess it's this person. Is there alleging? Is this person with the black shirt, the jeans, the black sunglasses, and the black hat? Could this be the person that shot Charlie Kirk? Still at large. I haven't caught the guy yet. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? In 2025, you could shoot somebody in broad daylight at school. But the fact that there's just thousands of people there, it makes it, like, I guess, more difficult to locate you, even though there's, like, hella cameras. I haven't heard a lot of, like, conspiracy talk or anything like that, you know? But, it won't be long until the theories come out. And I'm gonna listen to these and watch all these theories. This has captured my attention. This has consumed me the last day. Nobody's even talking about 9/11 anymore. They're talking about this. This has taken everybody by storm, because this is gonna, like I said, this is gonna change everything going forward. To yesterday, and the results today and tomorrow and the following days. It's just a showcase, just to show you just how fucking far we've fallen in society and how we've degraded and how disgusting and terrible I've always said we were. I wasn't making it up. I wasn't joking. People really do this stuff. People really go out and shoot people. People forget. I think with the phone and the internet and the social media, they get reminded just how nasty people are. You see this video of this guy on the train and this girl from Ukraine. Oh my God. Something has to change. How much longer are we going to go with this fucking insanity? I'm not even pointing fingers and saying who's doing what. I'm just saying this is insanity. We're living in Sodom and Gomorrah. We're living in insanity. We're living in the end times. It feels like it, right? I don't even think that's crazy. Because everybody's just losing their fucking minds. People getting shot in the broad day for voicing their opinions is a sign of the end. It's a sign that we're not doing well, that we're forgetting what it's about. It's okay to, when I was a kid, we weren't allowed to be upset. We weren't allowed to be upset. I would get in trouble if I was upset. All right? So after a while, you learn how to make your upsetness into something constructive, something positive. So people have to learn how to take this upset and this anger that they feel enough to shoot somebody or to, take payment to shoot somebody, voicing their opinions that somebody doesn't like. That's just like that's like a different level of hatred. That's like disgusting hate. The hate that I do is like, haha, I hate that. It's like funny hate. It's like cool hate. It's like nice hate. I don't even do anything that bad. I don't even say anything that mean. It's like the nicest hatest show on earth. This is the nicest show I could do. But the kind of hate that you gotta feel to celebrate this guy dying like that, you're just like a hate that I don't even comprehend. I don't get that level of hate. I don't feel that kind of hate. So like, what do you do? Like, what do you do going forward, knowing that there's this like climate going on where people are just fucking shooting? They're just fucking shooting you now. They're upset. Hey, I don't like that. I'm gonna shoot you. That's what's going on in these people's heads. And I had a lot more planned for this episode, but I just got to get this off my chest. You should be able to just say it. Just say what you want. And not everybody's going to like everything I say. I know that. You'd be crazy not to like it. You'd be fucking insane. You'd be fucking crazy, man. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, there's something bigger going here. But, I leave that up to you, the beautiful viewer, listener that listens to me, whom I love and I adore and I think is incredible. And it's really important that we come together in times like this, in times like 9/11, in times like tragedy. You got to come together, you got to reset, you got to take a seat, have something to drink. Think about what we do it for. Think about what it means to be an American, what it means to be a human, what it means to hate, what it means to, when is violence okay? These are the questions we must ask ourselves now. And I don't think people are ready for that conversation yet, because You can be wrong and right at the same time. I don't think people get that. You could be both wrong and right. And I think that where we're at, people they just can't see that. They're just either all wrong or they're all right. Me, I'm all right. And I don't really make the rules like that. But there's a lot of motherfuckers out here, especially with shows online. They're just wrong. They're just wrong. That is not good. That's wrong. Hello. I can't believe I have to say that stuff. Violence bad. Violence bad. Makes me sick. I'm a man of peace. So I do think everything will turn out okay. But like I said, I'm afraid that this will make the other side, the crazies on the other side, this will make them ready to do crazy things. And then the other side will have to respond after that. And then you know how it is. It's just they keep going back and forth and things get worse and worse. We're already showing signs of it getting worse and worse. You know, these countries, empires, states, cities, there's none that has lasted forever. Stuff like this is it's just a sign of the end. I'm not trying to be dramatic. It's a sign of the end unless you make a change and you do things differently and you find solutions. So I think we can, I think we will, but things do tend to get worse before they get better. But I am an optimist, and I believe in peace. I don't believe in revenge. My coochie meow meow is brown because I'm brown. Roast beef. So, you know, that's about the most I could do is just say not to do that and just remind everybody that violence is so ineffective and it just does the opposite of what you want. You want to get people over, you want to get people to agree with you. You want to be nice. You want to be cool. You want to be nice and cool and explain to people this is what I think. This is why I think it. And this is why you'd be better off. And I'll show you why. Or you're wrong and I'm going to show you why. But when you just kill somebody, you just take all that away. There's nothing gained. All you've done is made more people agree with the guy. You made more people agree with the guy that you killed. And now he lives on forever. And his ideas live on forever. And you will wallow. You will wallow. I don't know, dead or alive, but you will wallow. And you won't be remembered the same way. You know. Same thing with Luigi Mangione. You just kill. You killed and nothing came out of it. All you did was just take somebody's dad away. Somebody's husband. You don't think there's like 100 more healthcare CEOs just like the guy that you shot? You fool. This isn't a video game. There's a lot of other people. There's a lot of other people. So you killed one guy. But you can't kill everybody, so why'd you even kill the first guy? You're a fool. Now you made everybody like the guy that you hate. And you just made your team's job a lot harder if we assume that this guy was on a team. People that are assassinated, they're just remembered fondly. That's just default. They're remembered fondly because they were assassinated. Even without talking about all the work that they did. So by doing that, you just set them up for just your idea is losing and their idea is winning when you resort to violence. Violence doesn't help. It doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't make people like you. It only works for so long. It does work. It does work, actually. But it only works for so long. You gotta talk to people. You gotta say, well, I know you like doing it like this, but you ought to really try it like that. And not shoot me. Okay, we'll come back to that. We will come back to it. I'm getting an emergency transmission or whatever from Humix. Pick you up. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got new glasses, and they look fucking fire. Just really cool, nice new glasses. And now I can see. And I did my mustache very, very nice and cool. Just something new. I decided to change it up. And something else that's in the news a lot is this wanna gonna yana. All this stuff with Young Thug and Bad Bunny. I was gonna make a video talking about it and going through all the tapes. But then every 5 minutes a new tape would release and my video would have been out of date. So I've been watching every single Thugger tape from prison as they have been releasing. Yes, I've been covering this shit for the last 5 years, 6 years. This ain't new to me, man. You think you like Young Thug? I've been covering this man for years. I know everything about what's going on right now. And there's just too much to go through and everybody else has already gotten through it. I'm so late. But I'll tell you what I think just very, very quickly. Of course Young Thug said those things in jail. Of course he said those things in jail. He was in jail for a RICO charge. You don't think he's just going to start yapping? You don't think he's pissed and he's just going to talk shit about every man, woman, and bird he knows? That makes sense to me. So when he said that, I understood. He said, I just said that shit, man. I was in jail. I just said it. I was pissed. Could you believe it? That makes sense to me. All right. That's why he said it. Everybody's getting mad. He's talking about Drake, 21 Savage, yada yada. Everybody. The guy's in jail. His name is Young Thug. What did you expect? That's why I love Young Thug. I love Young Thug. He said that the Gunna betrayal hurt him because he had always taken care of Gunna and he had given Gunna millions of bots to boost his album to the #1 spot on Billboard, and he would go visit Gunna's mother. And that Gunna took the plea deal, and that he said that YSL was in fact a gang, and that's why Young Thug hates him so much, that he hates him. And then he took it back and he said, well, I don't actually hate anybody. But there was just so many tapes, there was just so many hours of footage. Thug talking on Drake, Thug talking on Gunna, Thug talking on QC, Thug talking on Wham. He says that the only reason QC was making money was because of Wham. They're not making money because of Migos. They're not making no money. It's all about Wham. That's what Thug says. It's all about Wham. And that's why QC sold and got the money they did. Lil Baby and Young Thug don't even seem to be talking anymore. They don't seem like they're friends. Everything fell apart after this YSL RICO case. There is no YSL anymore. Doesn't it make you sad? We still got one of those. Oh, thank God. We do have good news from the Wanna. I might have already went through these on the show, but with the success of the last one, Gunna's new studio album, the last one, it's the last one under YSL. I got the Drip Harder vinyl, of course. Brand new, never opened. Don't stand too close, Off This Wave. Lil Baby and Gunna, who have not made a song together in a long time. And then One of One, of course. I feel like nobody wanted to care about this album. I think One of One was his first release after getting out of jail. One of One. And this is the limited edition clear blue vinyl from Gunna. And even before the Young Thug prison snitching stuff came out, I ordered the Young Thug signed The Last One vinyl. So that's, of course, sold out already, but I do have a copy of that coming in the mail. But look at that cover. I think it's just so cool. Gunna always had cool covers. Gunna always had interesting, just off the wall covers, and this one kind of looks like a painting, like an oil painting of Wanna with his beautiful floral babushka Wanna. Praise for Wanna. He came out of this thing peaking very high on the charts. He's in the top 10. The Last One. I think it debuted at 1. The Last One. Gunna's killing it. Young Thug said that he had inflated his numbers to get him to all those Billboard spots. There was like a 5-year span where Gunna was just making hits every year and just always on Billboard. Billboard was just, which is crazy because it's Gunna. Gunna came out of nowhere. He was a protege of Young Thug. Just consistently just getting with these features and these producers and putting out these big songs. Pushin' P. Drip too hot, no stand too, don't nigga fuck around down up this way. That song was huge. I haven't heard a song on the radio that much since Bad Rock. Lil Baby and Gunna, it's Gunna and Baby. This shit going harder, this shit going crazy. Even if they did buy the streams, I still fuck with Wanna. I still fuck with Gunna Wanna. I don't care if he ratted. I don't care if Young Thug ratted. They say, there was this interview with Young Thug. It was about an hour long, maybe 2 hours. I was listening to the whole Young Thug interview with investigators, where he's so nice to them, and they're talking so nicely to him and stuff. And you can't hate on Wanna for whatever he told the feds after you told the feds what you told them, Thug. It just don't work like that. Have you guys seen that video, that Young Thug talking to investigators? I don't think there's anything wrong with talking to investigators. I love talking to investigators. It's my favorite thing to do. I love talking to the investigation team. But you can't get mad when somebody else does it on you. That's the only thing. You can't say, hey, he talked to the investigators. If you are also talking to the investigators, that's just the number one rule. And my hair looks incredible. And my glasses look great. I just got kind of sick of the mustache for a little bit. I had that mustache for a long time. It was just kind of time to change it up a little bit. See, I told you it was going to be a fun show. And I did have one more vinyl to show you. This one is so important to me. Cause somehow it found its way back to me after months. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's right up there with Channel Orange. It's One Jug of Wine, Two Vessels by Neva DeNova. Baby, it's the beer that's smiling, it ain't me. Point me at that door, 'cause I've been trying to live. Basement passion, schoolgirl action. in fashion now. Tripped into a hole. Yeah, this is one of my favorite albums ever. It's right up there with Channel Orange. And I brought it downstairs. I brought it downstairs to show you. 'Cause I might have already done it one episode, but I left this record on my desk at work about 7 or 8 months ago. I left it on my desk at work. It's one of the few I took just to have on my desk, just to have something cool to look at, and to have like a nice decoration for. Heavily played, heavily loved. I love this album. What an incredible album. Neva Nova and Bright Eyes. You know the guys that go, "This is the first day of my life." Uh, Roller Skating, Happy Accident, Someone's Love, I Know You, Tripped, Black Comedy, Poison, I'll Be Your Friend, Get Back, and Spring Cleaning on side B of that. This is the 2010 copy. I got the 2010. I'm not fucking around. There was an earlier copy, but I got the 2010. It's the Saddle Creek version. With the original MP3 download card. I'm not gonna show you the code because I want it. But there you go. And the reason why this album is so special is because I left it on my desk at work for like 7 months. After I quit, I just left my job. I just left my desk. Never ever returned for my belongings. Never did anything like that. But I left one of my favorite records on my desk at work. And I thought, I would let my enemies sooner enjoy it. And if you love something, give it away. If you love something, give it away. So I left my job and I left it there. And it loved me, so it's found its way back to me. One of my favorite albums. One of the first albums I really bought. And I played it so much. And it found its way back to me months later. Isn't that something? I was thinking about buying another copy of it, and I'm glad I didn't. I just had like a feeling deep down that it would just find its way back to me. One of my favorite albums. One Jug of Wine, Two Vessels by Neva Nova and Bright Eyes. I love it. It's just too smoky in these streets. You're looking sweet. I did have other things planned for you on this show. Let's see what I got here. This is the 100 show. I'm your host, Chris 100. Thank you for joining me. I had to get the beginning of the show out of the way because it was just weighing on me. This giant historical event. But I did have a regular schmegular show for you that is chock full of fun. So don't change the TV channel yet. We haven't even gotten to the whole show. We just fucking started. Yes, thank you, Future. We do have a lot of planned for this show, so thanks for sticking around. Thanks for voicing your displeasure civilly and not shooting me. This was a story about, I wonder what this is. This is Meek AI. I wonder what this could be. Meek AI. Oh, Meek Mill is building an AI tool he believes can change the world. Okay, I haven't read this story. I just kind of saved it. I bookmarked it for us to look at. He's working on something monumental. This is what Meek Mill tweeted on August 31st. Working on an AI tool that can change the world, LOL. He even included the LOL. Let me show you. Because I love hearing of people's world-changing ideas, and then they hit me with that LOL. LOL. Working on an AI tool that can change the world. LOL. LOL. He hasn't shared any details about the tool. He says that he can't wait to get a chance to show show the world how smart he really is. Oh, Meek Mill's a brainiac. He's a Oppenheimer. Meek Mill. I was listening to a Meek Mill song yesterday. It was actually really good. Forgot which one it was though. Yeah, shout out to Meek Mill. He's changing the world with his AI, helping you find freak offs faster, uh, within distance. Um, and that's really kind of all I had to go through was just was kind of like that Young Thug stuff. I mean, yeah, that Young Thug stuff, that Charlie Kirk stuff. It's not like the funniest fun thing, but I just know I had to talk about it because I just think as a country it's important um to decide whether or not we like people getting shot. And it sounds silly and it sounds like I'm joking or silly maybe, but it's really not. Um there's a lot of people that think it was okay or cool or nice. Um but I'm here to tell you that it's not. That you shouldn't be shooting. Um how are we going to stop people shooting at schools? How are we going to stop people shooting at these events? At these politicians, at these um famous people? Do you want famous people to stay inside forever and never come out of their homes? I'm just me. I'm just me. Um, I'm not famous at all, so I can just go out and live my life normally. I do. Um, but like, just think about somebody just wanting to fucking gun you down just because you had to, um, just because you disagreed. You know, killing somebody for their political opinion is just as silly as killing somebody for their preferred topping on their pizza. It really is. Cuz I love pineapple. I love pineapple on my pizza and jalapenos. So if you told me that you were going to kill me over it, I would say, well, you know that's actually just really silly and immature and sick of you, you sicko psycho fuck bastard. Get away from me. It's just pineapple. Is what I would say. And it's the same thing for your opinions on these politics. Cuz guess what? Um as bad as you think, as bad as you might have thought this guy was to kill him, there's droves of people with worse thinkings according to you than him, right? Like there's always somebody next to this person who believes worse things even. So like um just the appeal to violence just didn't make sense to me. It was disturbing. It's disturbing as a country, as a people, as a nation. It shows that we're headed in the wrong direction. Um, and I hope that everybody involved can just keep a cool head. Um, keep a cool head and don't let things spiral out of control. Sometimes the hardest thing to do when you know, I'm trying to think of like a good analogy here. Like I'll tell you, like in the Civil War after the North won, Lincoln's plan was to treat the South very nicely and very sweet and not so mean because he knew eventually they would have to come back together again and work together again. You know, stay together. So he wasn't planning on being too harsh on the Confederate States of America, the Confederates. He wasn't planning on being that hard on them because he was gonna, try to work things out. Hey, we're gonna get back together and work this out. Um, so I hope that's like the same approach we have. It could be so easy. War is easy. War is easy. Um, people declare war every day. It's peace that people take 60 years to do, 50 years, 40 years. People go to war very easily. It's peace that's hard. It's peace that takes the work. It's peace um that upsets people. It's not necessarily the war. People kind of like going to war. People like when they have an enemy. People like to do these kinds of things. Did you forget that people like to kill? People like to do this stuff. People are sick. Uh, of course it's going to happen. No matter even if you had like the best security. This is just human nature. Like statistics, mathematics, human nature, probability. Put them all together and this thing happens. Now, we just have to make sure that people can actually let this go. Can people let this go? Is this something let goable? Let goable? Because otherwise it just becomes a cycle of political violence, and then somebody on the left dies, which turns into somebody on the right dying. Hey, you shouldn't kill people because of their opinions on pizza. It's just stupid. You can argue them. You could even do a show called The 100 Show. You can say your opinion. I haven't even given my opinion on the guy or his beliefs. I just know that shooting people is wrong. It's bad. Shooting people bad. Talking good. Shooting bad. Talking good. If your idea isn't able to be easily defended in 1 or 2 sentences on your worst day, then you have to question that idea or belief that you have. It should be so sound that even on your worst day, most retarded, stupid day, foolish day, that if I ask you about what this thing is that you believe in, that you're able to tell me very quickly, very clearly, and very concisely, this is what it is and why. And it should make sense very easily without you even hardly trying. It's like saying, do you drive and look at your phone when you drive? And I would say, no, it's unsafe. A lot of people agree with that. It's unsafe. Is that a good example? I just can't believe the state of the world. It's just filled with war and I don't think that it's as bad as people may think it is, but I think it can easily get there if we stop thinking of each other as humans and start playing nice. You don't have to like people. You don't have to agree with them or believe in them or trust them. You just have to play nice. That's really what it is. Just play nice. So, I do like saying my mind and yada yada yada. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I think it's cool. And I know that America one day will look back at this time period and think to itself, we've made improvements. But right now, it does not look good. It does not look good. And I think to get us out of it, it's gonna take like an objective It's gonna take an objective to get us out of this thing. Either in the 1940s there was an objective. In the 1980s there was an objective. And those made two really formative generations of people. The 40s and the 80s. What objective did the 90s have? I don't know. I feel like we don't have an objective as a country, as like a people. Like, what is the human objective now? When we were going into space, the human objective was space. The country objective was beating Russians. The person objective was to get car and house and food and family. Now are the objectives still the same? I don't know. Families have shrunk. There might be less nuclear families per capita than there were before. What is our objective? What is our objective in 2025? Without an objective, people don't know what to do. They start turning on themselves. They start turning on each other because they don't have an enemy. They don't have a goal, a task, an objective, a mission. So they start killing each other. It's just how people work. They need like something to do. Who? The bad guy? It's this guy? It ain't this guy? Well, enough people agree, so it must be true. That's how people work in their sick little fucking brains. We need an objective. We need a mission. Going to the moon, that's a mission. Whether or not it happened. It's a mission. Let's start a new objective, a new mission. What's the new objective? What's the new mission? Who are we gonna beat? Who is it? China? Who was it? Soviet Union? What are we gonna do? What are we doing here? That is the question I will leave you with. Thank you so much for joining me on this special episode. I'm Chris 100, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.